Gun owners, stop everything and pay attention. Your rights and responsibilities just changed dramatically. And if you don't know the details, you could be putting yourself at risk. The December court ruling has shaken the foundation of firearm law across all 50 states, and this isn't a minor technical update buried in legalese. It's a sweeping change that affects every gun owner, whether you carry daily, store firearms at home, or simply enjoy them as part of your constitutional rights. From concealed carry to storage, from private sales to interactions with law enforcement, every aspect of gun ownership has been touched by this ruling, and understanding it is no longer optional. It's essential. Today, we're going to break down 10 critical changes in a way that's simple, practical, and actionable, so you can protect yourself, your family, and your property while staying fully compliant with the law. The first change is one of the most significant. Concealed carry laws have been altered in ways that expand rights, but also impose new responsibilities. The court ruling has clarified that many states cannot create excessive barriers to law-abiding citizens carrying concealed firearms. This means more freedom to carry in public areas that were previously restricted, but it also requires vigilance. Owners must now pay attention to nuanced local ordinances, signage requirements, and subtle limitations that could still apply, or they risk serious penalties. For example, a permit holder traveling from one state to another may find that previously accepted carry locations are now restricted due to state-specific interpretation of the new ruling. Understanding these details is crucial because the court has made it clear that ignorance of the law is not a defense. Your responsibility as a gun owner has increased, not decreased. The second major update involves registration and background check requirements. Previously, some firearms were subjected to cumbersome registration procedures, while others were relatively unrestricted. The new ruling modifies this, streamlining compliance for certain legal owners while imposing stricter oversight on others. This duality requires close attention. Some states now require updated documentation, verification, or reporting for firearms that were previously exempt. Even minor discrepancies in your records could result in fines or confiscation. Moreover, the ruling emphasizes that compliance with both state and federal regulations is mandatory, and overlapping laws must be observed carefully. Gun owners must stay ahead of these changes by checking official state resources and ensuring that their firearms, permits, and records are fully up to date. Interactions with law enforcement have also changed dramatically. Officers are now required to follow stricter protocols before asking about firearm possession or conducting searches. While this is a win for constitutional rights, it places a new burden on gun owners to know exactly what they can and cannot be asked during traffic stops or other encounters. Knowing your rights could prevent wrongful arrests, unnecessary legal fees, or even criminal charges. For instance, the ruling clarifies that officers cannot demand to see concealed carry permits without a specific cause, and unauthorized searches of your vehicle or home could now be challenged more effectively in court. This highlights the importance of understanding not only your rights, but also the correct way to assert them during interactions with law enforcement. Open carry laws have also been updated, with significant implications depending on where you live. Some states have expanded the right to openly carry firearms in public, while others have retained strict limitations, particularly in sensitive areas such as schools, government buildings, or private businesses. Gun owners must be acutely aware of the boundaries, as even a minor misstep could be interpreted as illegal possession or endangerment. The court ruling does not override all local ordinances. Instead, it clarifies which restrictions are legally enforceable and which are not. This means that responsible ownership now includes understanding the legal geography of your area, so you know exactly where and when you can carry openly without legal repercussions. Magazine capacities and firearm modifications have also been addressed in this ruling. Certain previously restricted magazines and attachments are now permitted under clarified guidelines, allowing owners more flexibility in firearm customization. However, the court also reinforced restrictions on other modifications, particularly those that could classify a firearm as fully automatic or otherwise heavily regulated under federal law. Gun owners must carefully research and understand which modifications are legal and which are prohibited. Even minor alterations could inadvertently classify a firearm as illegal, leading to fines, confiscation, or criminal liability. The takeaway is clear: knowledge and careful attention to detail are more important than ever. The ruling has also changed the rules surrounding private sales and transfers. In some states, the court established stricter requirements for private transactions while simultaneously clarifying the legality of other transfers. This means that every sale, trade, or gift of a firearm must now be handled with meticulous care. Documentation, background checks, and timing are no longer optional. They are essential to staying compliant. Gun owners must also be aware of the specific requirements in their jurisdiction, as failure to adhere to the updated procedures could result in criminal charges. Even transferring a firearm to a close friend or family member requires understanding these new legal parameters to avoid unintended violations. Self-defense laws have been clarified and, in some cases, expanded. The court reaffirmed protections under Stand Your Ground and Castle Doctrine laws, but added nuances that could affect how these principles are applied in specific situations. This is crucial for gun owners to understand because misinterpretation could result in legal liability during a self-defense incident. Understanding the legal boundaries of using a firearm for protection, both at home and in public, is more critical than ever. Gun owners must take the time to study these nuances and possibly consult legal experts to ensure they are fully protected if they ever need to use a firearm in self-defense. Storage laws have been strengthened to ensure safety and reduce liability. Households with minors or vulnerable individuals face new standards, including the mandatory use of locks, safes, and other preventative measures. Failure to properly secure a firearm can now result in fines, criminal charges, or civil liability. The court ruling emphasizes that firearm ownership comes with the responsibility to protect others from accidental harm. For gun owners, this means investing in proper storage solutions and consistently maintaining safe practices. Not only does this protect others, but it also ensures that owners remain fully compliant with the law. Training and certification requirements have also been updated. The ruling requires that certain states incorporate these new legal realities into their concealed carry and firearms training programs. Gun owners may need to complete updated courses or refresh their certifications to remain compliant. These training programs now include not just safety and handling, but also detailed legal education, ensuring that owners understand the implications of the December ruling. Being unaware of the latest legal framework could result in an invalid permit or unintentional violations, so staying up to date with training is essential. Finally, interstate travel rules have been impacted significantly. Gun owners who travel across state lines must now understand reciprocity agreements, permit recognition, and lawful possession in other jurisdictions. The ruling clarified that gun owners cannot assume all states treat their permits the same, and failure to adhere to these distinctions could result in confiscation or criminal charges. It's critical for travelers to research both origin and destination state laws, update documentation if required, and follow all procedural requirements. Ignoring these rules could transform a routine road trip into a serious legal situation. In addition to these 10 major areas, the ruling has broader implications for the future of gun law in America. It establishes legal precedents that could influence state legislation, law enforcement practices, and individual rights for years to come. For gun owners, this means that staying informed is not just about complying with current rules, but also preparing for future changes. Awareness, vigilance, and proactive legal education have never been more critical. To put it into perspective, imagine a scenario where a gun owner, previously compliant with the law, travels across state lines for a family event. Without knowledge of the new ruling, they might inadvertently violate local regulations on concealed carry, private transfer, or magazine capacity. The consequences could range from fines to confiscation or even arrest. On the other hand, a fully informed owner who understands the ruling can navigate these scenarios safely, ensuring that their rights are preserved while remaining fully compliant. This demonstrates the real-world importance of understanding the legal landscape beyond reading headlines or social media summaries. Another practical impact involves family safety and responsible ownership. With strengthened storage laws and updated self-defense regulations, gun owners must take a more active role in education and prevention. Teaching family members about safe practices, securing firearms properly, and understanding legal responsibilities is now a non-negotiable aspect of ownership. This ruling reinforces the idea that firearm rights come hand in hand with serious responsibilities, and those who fail to meet these responsibilities may face both legal and personal consequences. The ruling also underscores the need for updated legal advice. Many gun owners have relied on outdated interpretations of state and federal law, which could now be insufficient or incorrect. Consulting with knowledgeable attorneys or certified firearm legal advisors can provide clarity and reduce the risk of inadvertent violations. This proactive approach ensures that owners not only comply with the new laws, but also maximize their legal protections, particularly in complex scenarios involving transfers, self-defense, or travel. In essence, the December court ruling is a wake-up call for every gun owner in America. It's a reminder that rights come with responsibilities, and ignorance is no longer an option. From concealed carry and open carry to storage, transfers, and travel, these 10 changes touch every aspect of firearm ownership. Understanding the nuances, staying informed, and adapting practices to comply with the law are not just advisable. They are essential to protecting yourself, your family, and your property. Gun owners must take action now. Review the changes, update records, secure firearms, complete any necessary training, and educate family members about the new legal framework. Knowledge is your strongest defense, and these 10 changes make understanding the law more critical than ever. Ignoring them could have severe consequences, but staying informed ensures both safety and the continued exercise of your constitutional rights. The reality is that these changes will influence everyday decisions, from simple handling at home to complex scenarios involving travel, self-defense, and interactions with law enforcement. Every gun owner must approach ownership with heightened awareness, strategic planning, and proactive compliance. By doing so, you not only protect yourself from legal repercussions, but also strengthen the broader principle of responsible gun ownership in America. This ruling is a historic moment, and how you respond will determine your safety, freedom, and peace of mind for years to come.